Welcome back. How's that for a booming voice to ITC 2019, Las Vegas. This is almost going to be like a co-branded podcast. I don't know which one's going to come out first, but who am I talking to?
Well, it's Pete Tessier from the Insurance Podcast up in Canada, but with a growing audience and friends in the United States. So it's North meets South today down in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Did you ride a moose down here?
No, we flew in on our hockey sticks. They're sort of like Harry Potter. We just like the brooms and stuff. We just roll in. Magically powered hockey sticks.
Nice. So the first question I would have for you as a fellow podcaster in InsurTech and insurance is, how dare you?
Well, there's no one in Canada doing it, but then all of a sudden you reach out, right, and then look at that. There's a whole world of insurance nerds podcasting and videoing and doing stuff. It's just not north of the border.
It's amazing to go from no insurance related podcasts or no insurance related podcasts that talked about the future of insurance or tech to pretty much one starting every week.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy. There are so many different angles on this, and it's great that there's a lot of people interested in it. But I think you can sort of see the ones who are putting their heart and effort into it and really kind of believe in the medium and what they're saying, as opposed to people thinking, well, this is value add.
Yeah,
it's different, that's for sure.
Well, so what brought you to podcasting? What drug did you take?
What drug? So I have a friend of mine up in Winnipeg, Canada, where I'm from, is an ex-radio guy. And there was a big sort of cleaning house in the radio industry up in Canada, as there is with a lot of media. And he went full into podcasting, and he dove right in. He has a podcast for broadcast, which is all about people who do broadcasting. And he said, you sold your business, you're sort of figuring out what you're going to do next. And I used to be an insurance broker, had a business, sold it. And he's like, you should do a podcast about insurance. He goes, are there any? And I said, well, I'll look. And yeah, there were some. And that was fall of 20.
But only one good one.
Only one good one. Only one good one that's got a great brand and cool people. and it just sort of fell into that. Yeah. That's why.
So let's talk about that. Let's for the audience sake. I can tell you when I went into it, I had a certain idea of what it was going to be like, and it wasn't really like that at all.
Not at all.
What were your expectations?
I thought it would just be easy. You'd talk to people, they would tell you interesting things, and
their deepest secrets,
and you would just sort of put it, record it, and then just put it up in the cloud and let people hear it. And you realize there's a lot more to it than that. It takes a lot of work to get stuff out of guests. And as much as maybe you and I have some insurance personality, so to speak, there's a lot of people in insurance who you stick a microphone in front of them, they clam up, yet they're really interesting people in the industry. And it's hard getting the fun stuff out of them and letting them show their personality, because that's really why I wanted to do it, was like, let's sort of evolve and let people see the personality that's in insurance, because this industry is about people. It's the best people on earth.
Yeah. So, I specifically did it because I thought, I've had a long career in insurance. I've seen people do their jobs in particular ways, and I always thought like, wow, that's a cool job. I bet if others outside of the industry saw what they were doing with this particular job, they would be like, that's cool too. So let's do that. Let's talk to those people. And it's not always easy.
No, it isn't. But insurance is cool. And, I think you guys have really been at the forefront of bringing a cool factor to it and embracing sort of insurance nerdery and geekery. It's fun. Here we are at a conference around InsurTech. There's over 7,000 people here, and we're all geeking out in our own ways. Yeah. And it's great. You've been cycling through awesome guests and doing neat little video clips, and it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. So how long has your podcast been running?
It's been running since the spring of 2018, so about 18 months now.
Okay, so true or false? Carrie Ann Nadeau's been your favorite guest?
Carrie Ann Nadeau has not come on the podcast yet.
Carrie Ann.
I know, and you know what? And Nick, if you can get some leverage to have her come on, I reached out to her once. Carrie Ann, please, really, please, for the nice, polite Canadian boy up north, I can talk to you all about how public auto insurance works, which would make your stomach turn. Socialize auto insurance.
She's a natural for yours because her name's like Canadian,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
You know?
It's got a little sort of French flair at the end.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, of course. So where are you going with the podcast?
Where we're going with it, trying to develop a new sort of content way to bring the ideas that we're not seeing in Canada up there, while allowing sort of the American audience to kind of hear a funny little voice from the north and stuff. It's more of north meets south, and let's bring these two entities together because we share a lot of the same issues around insurance, and I think there's common ground, and let's build bridges instead of putting up walls. Okay. Ooh, that was a veiled political comment, wasn't it? That was bad. Offside, Pete.
Offside. Let's talk about offside. When are the Jets ever going to get to the Stanley Cup?
Oh my God, you're asking me a hockey question.
Yes.
Well, they better sign Patrick Laine and Kyle Connor first, because their two best scorers are sitting there. One's in Ann Arbor, Michigan, training on his own, and the other's in Bern, Switzerland, twiddling his thumbs. Both of them waiting for millions of dollars to be handed to them. So they were close to, in 2018. I don't know if they're going to get much closer than that. They lost half their defense, but we'll cross our fingers and pray. That's all you can do.
So what's it like living in Winnipeg?
It's awesome. I'm originally from Vancouver, British Columbia, and I moved to Winnipeg. And I always tell people I moved there for the weather, because I grew up in a place that never had winter. Now I have winter in August.
You have 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Winter and non-winter.
Yeah, winter and non-winter.
So podcasting.
Yeah.
You gonna expand to video?
Maybe. I've had some ideas about doing something similar, is where you do these quick video clips. But you guys, one of the things I really like about what the insurance nerds do is you have a multitude of personalities and different people. It's not the same person. And, there's different videos. Like Amber's like my favorite person, because I got to meet Amber in person today. And everyone loves her because she's just so fun and interesting, right? Mm-hmm. And she's got this great personality. And, can I reproduce what you guys do in that way? Maybe I should just stay out of that, because you're already doing it so well. I wouldn't want to be competition. Mm-hmm. I'd rather, it would be a homage if I did it.
Yeah. No, I get that. And so let's share podcasting.
Yeah.
Any questions for me?
Sure. When you talk to a guy from Canada and you think about, why are these guys down here and stuff, what do you think about the Canadian marketplace? What do you know about it?
The Canadian insurance marketplace? Yeah. I'd like to think I know a little bit about it. So my expertise is in natural catastrophes.
Okay, we have those,
and you do, and we did explore, what's available, and we talked to brokers, and they're always just like, ho hum, everything's fine. Oh yeah, we don't have the same problems you do, and it just didn't seem like there was a market. As a matter of fact, we talked to a carrier about flood insurance, and they're just like, yeah, it's in our policy. We pretty much give it away. Like no American company would ever. First, they wouldn't do that. Yeah. Second, they would never admit it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we're just giving the coverage away. That's like a sin.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting in that in Canada, you have the provinces, we have states.
Yeah.
And the states act like their own little kingdoms, and that's problematic for insurance companies.
It's problematic in Canada because insurance is a provincially regulated entity that falls under a federal thing under the Bank Act. So we have our own little fiefdoms of control and stuff, and it is a headache. Just not a headache times 50. Yeah, it's only times 10.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's as much as I know about the Canadian market. I know that this, riding moose is highly regulated, just like auto here. Yeah. And that you have to have a pair of skates in the trunk of your car. Well, that's just regulated. Just in case.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you guys talk funny.
Sort of, no doubt about it.
Yes. So when you have an O in your insurance policies, is it like an O with a line over the top? Like, project, PRO line over the top?
No, it's just a project.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. No, we have our own accents. And believe me, there's been some fun. I've had some fun with accents on the show too.
Do I have an accent?
A little one.
A little bit.
What's home state for you?
New England.
New England.
Ka. Park. Fenway Park.
New England. You don't really sound like a New Englander. Like
No.
you don't have that quirky little bounce in your voice and stuff. My favorite thing about New England is my wife has her best friend lives in Boston, and she was out visiting her one day, and they're driving on one of the highways, and literally she took a photo of the sign that says instead of saying use your blinker, it says use your blinker. And it was spelt Kaah. Like that's literally how they spelt it on the sign.
Yes.
I mean, that's insane.
Yes, we do that. You know, we try to, like Canadians, we try to poke fun at ourselves, and there's so much to poke fun at.
Oh yeah. Well, if you can't poke fun at yourself, you know, you're not having fun at all.
So I know your competition.
No competition. It's all friendly fun.
It's all friendly banter until we get the skate, lace up the skates. And
So I have a question. Are you a Boston Bruins fan?
of course I am.
Well, thankfully I'm not a Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Then you would really get it.
But to all my friends in Toronto, look at this face. You won't see his face on my podcast, but he's gloating.
Yeah, sorry.
It's great your best players come from Canada, though. Marchand. Bergeron.
I mean, are there any hockey teams where their best players don't come from Canada?
Oh, sure. Tampa, Kucherov, Vasilevsky.
Okay, well, let me change that. Are there any hockey teams where the best players come from America?
Oh, Blake Wheeler. He's American. Captain of the Jets. He's a top winger in the league. Why am I drawing a blank on good American players? There's so many of them now. In fact, like the American Development Program, which we should be talking about insurance, but the American Development Program is so much better than the Canadian one right now. You guys are churning out awesome hockey players.
We are.
Yeah,
but
it's great to see.
But it doesn't mean anything unless we can win a World Cup.
Or Stanley Cup or
Olympic title.
Yeah.
Whatever. But so who do you predict for the Stanley Cup?
Who do I predict for a Stanley Cup? I think it's going to be this is a long shot. This is a big
Let me guess. The Winnipeg Jets.
No. The Colorado Avalanche and the Tampa Bay Lightning in the final.
Yeah. I would guess Tampa Bay just because they had the best team the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And somehow didn't quite get there for whatever reason. Hockey's one of those weird sports where it's like the 8 seed can beat the 1 seed.
Yeah.
You know? So
all you need is a hot goalie.
So I know we're kind of competitors, or something.
Yeah.
But let's make you an official insurance nerd. So this is like in professional wrestling when the good guy turns bad.
Oh yeah. Heel turn.
Heel turn. I just pushed you over. So thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Wear it proudly.
I will indeed. I'll show it off. I'll wear it around the conference.
I want a picture on LinkedIn or Twitter or something.
I made it. I'm part of the team.
Finally. Now the podcast is going to get traction. Just kidding.
Exactly.
Here you go.
Hey, thanks very much. Pleasure, Nick. Thanks. Great to finally meet you, and happy to be part of this.
Same.